you, everybody. Good evening. Thanks for having me once again. I am Elizabeth Abraham. I am a first-class English language teacher. I am a professional proofreader and editor, a public speaking coach, and an academic excellence coach. And out of the many hats, today I'm going to be speaking from the angle of a public speaking coach. So we want to learn how to communicate with impact, how to speak so that people can listen and act. Thanks for having me once again.
Oh wow! Thank you so much. That's more exciting, to understand. I heard that very clearly. I'm trying to adjust my. Okay, I'm trying to adjust this because I can see that I'm not coming through well. Let's see how that goes.
Okay.
Oh, maybe this will be better. So. Oh, I didn't know you are a proofreader, which is very nice. Now I know why you are into that communication. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Karuna.
Thank you. I am.
Yes. It's wonderful to have such a person with that kind of experience here. Yes. So, how did you get into the communication world as this world of communication, and why does this topic mean so much to you? Because I remember when I asked you went for this particular topic. Yes. Oh, Karuna says I'm also an editor in news channels. Wow, that's amazing. I should invite you to speak one day. Huh?
Yes.
So how did you dive into this world of communication, and why is this topic so important to you?
Okay. So I would say I studied English in the university. So I guess it all started from there. Right from my secondary school, English has been my favorite subject. So I love reading. I so much love reading. So, as a graduate of English, whose interest is in English, there is a difference between studying English and being interested in it as a passion, right? So I so much love and I'm interested in it. So as time goes on, I decided that I could build something in this, despite the fact that that's what I study. Of course, I could have said no, just want to go somewhere else, but I decided that, and because communication is a thing that is big, just like it's not about talking, it's about you saying something and then you making sure that your message is well received and well acted on, and it is something that everybody should learn, because the lack of it is what you see on social media most times, when you see a post and you go to the comments and you are amazed at the comment section, and you read the post again and okay, is this what I read, what these people read? Because you just see some comments off point. It all boils down to communication and comprehending a particular message. So it's really a big it's an important aspect that everybody, whether you are a teacher, whether you are an entrepreneur, whether you are a content creator, it's something that we all, because everybody, the purpose of you creating content, whether written content, whether video content, is that you want to pass a message across, and not only that, you want your audience to act on it, whether to even buy your course, whether to subscribe to your course or anything. So that's the essence of you putting out those content out. So if you are doing that, you need to do it right and you need to do it well. So communication cannot be separated from all those things.
That's very, very correct. I picked one. I know a lot of us are complaining about that here, who are content creators. You see some persons put out something and then you're not getting like the real, it sometimes it's like, did you really read that post? Yes. So in your own words, what does it mean to communicate for impact? Because it's not just about me writing a post, but then there are different reasons I create a post or I write something out there on social media, or even a book that I'm writing, because I know when you write a book or when you're reading a book, you're reading it because you want to get impacted, right?
Yes,
so what does it mean to communicate for impact in your own word? Thank you so much, SK. Shozib. If you're just joining us, thank you so much for joining. I've got a guest today and she's talking about communicating for impact, how you can talk so people can listen to you and act on what you have said. Yes, her name's Elizabeth Abraham and she's joining us from Nigeria. So guys, do say hello in the comment section and keep on listening and just get this whole thing in. So yes, what does communication for impact mean to you?
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
When we say communicating for impact, we say that your words are clear and memorable. we say that you are passing across not only information but emotions. You are able to connect with your audience emotionally. When we say communicating for impact, you are saying you were able to influence action. You are able to change people's action or change people's way of thinking. When we talk about communicating with impact, you can say, for instance, look at a pastor now. When you listen to sermon, at the end of the sermon, pastor says, okay, if you want to give your life to Jesus, because the pastor believes after all I have said, at least something must have struck you to make that decision of surrendering your life to Christ. So that's communicating for impact. It's not just about talking. It's not just about saying something. It's about you saying it and making sure that your words are returned with action. That is communicating with impact. When we're talking about communicating with impact, you say, okay, and it has happened to many of us. You must have heard some things that be like, oh, you think you even think that, oh, does this person know what I'm passing through at the moment? Because it's just like the person is talking to you, and that's why maybe you are listening to something and somebody just make a comment, the person just says a sentence, be like, that is not just, and you might not have said it consciously, it may have been unconsciously, but that's because that word must have struck something deep inside of you. So when we are talking about communicating with impact, you are saying you're able to connect with your audience emotionally. You are able, most importantly, to influence action, which could be change of thinking, change of mindset, or making your audience to do a particular thing. So that's communicating with impact.
Wow. Wow, that's really interesting, and I believe that everyone is, getting this conversation, like we are feeling this conversation, because I just saw Sumita Dasnak says, excellent
Excellent.
conversation. Thank you
Thank
so much,
you.
guys. Thank you, thank
Yeah.
you, thank you. So, can you give us like one instance where you felt? I don't want to go forward, but can you give us an instance where you felt that you were actually communicating? You know what, guys? Because she's the one who's doing this, and I'm getting like some reoccurrence, like things that happened in the
You can
past.
share with
I
us.
need you to express yourself. So can you tell us when you had this kind of impactful communication? We want to feel that experience with you, like an experience you've had when you were communicating and you were
Okay.
impacting someone. Yes.
Okay.
And again, how do you know that you are impacting someone with what you are saying?
Okay. As you said that question, something came to my mind. Now, I around last year, I finished writing a book as an academic excellence coach, the making of an A+ student, and so I organized some webinars towards the end of last year. And in one of the webinars, we were talking about friendship and academic excellence. How most times the friends that you keep while in school can either encourage or discourage you from pursuing that your academic goals. And so we had that discussion, and somebody made a comment, and that was why I picked that comment. And she said that she wished she knew that when she was in school. She not only stopped there, she said she will make sure that the mistakes that she made, that her children would not make it. I actually that day I felt yes. I didn't think of it as, okay, maybe I must have thought of it as making impact, but in relation to the question that you asked, I think that was an instance of great impact with words, because that person at the end of that webinar, she was able to think that, oh, there are some of the things that we said, she didn't do it while she was in school. And she not only stopped there, she made a decision right there, an action that she was going to do as a result. And like I said earlier, that communicating with impact must influence an action. It must influence a change of thinking or a change of mindset. So I feel that's one of the ways also. And maybe during teaching too, because I teach the English language. So I think, when you're explaining something, and so maybe students have not heard that particular grammar rule before. There's this way that if they will say, wow, did you know this before? And they say, oh, they did not know this before. That is impact to me too.
Oh wow, that's really really interesting. Thank you so much, guys. We've got different people joining the live. I'm just gonna pick this other phone so I can say hello. Hello, Oluwaseun Sunday Akinrelere. Thank you so much for joining. We've got Kadiza Kantu. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Sumita. Hello, Nasad Daily Blog. Thank you so much, guys, for joining.
Thank
We are talking about
you.
communication for impact. Now I want to dive into this. Why do you think people communicate and they don't get that impact? Or why do you think people communicate and they are not listened to?
Okay, I think I'm going to relate that to the 5 pillars of communicating with
Mm,
impact. So the reason why people are communicating and they are not listening to, or people are not taking action, is because they are not getting the communication right. They are not using what I call the 5 pillars of communication. And the first thing is clarity. When you want to, your message must be simple, your message must be direct. Even as an English language teacher, we say it's not just about using big words. No, nobody cares for that. Nobody cares about, okay, how many big words can I pick out of your write-up, or when you are talking, how many big words. No, nobody wants to listen to you and have a dictionary by their side, because nobody has time for that. So clarity is one of the major components of communication. Simple, direct, straight to the point. Don't try to combine too much in a sentence or in a paragraph. We say it. And that's one of the things, even in content creation, especially if you are into written content, even here on Facebook, we tell you, make it simple. There are sometimes too that you will see some post and you will see that sometimes somebody will just write, even in line by line, one sentence space, one sentence space. You will see that some of this kind of content even get to have more engagement than someone that just writes everything, just one sentence or one paragraph, no spacing and all. Because people, this our eyes, there's a way that it works. So nobody wants to strain their eyes. So the point is that your communication, your message must be clear, whether spoken message or whether written message. So if your message is not clear, people may hear you, but they may not really be listening to you, and your message may not evoke that action that you really want. Another thing is that most people want to imitate somebody else.
mm,
You want to copy. That's why as a public speaker, we say that you don't have to imitate anybody. Just because you watch somebody speak, maybe you watch a talk on YouTube, you now cram the way that person is speaking. You also now want to say, okay, let me perform. No, 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 no. Public speaking is not performance. You are not performing to anybody. Be yourself. Be authentic. Don't try to imitate anybody. If you are not funny, there's no point in trying to crack a joke. There are some people that they are naturally funny, and maybe before they start their talk, they will crack a joke and people will connect to it. Yes, it's fine. But if you are not, don't try to say because Mr. A does this when he's speaking, you yourself want to do it. No, it might not end up well. So when people try to imitate another person, it might not, make them to really communicate very well. So, and make sure you remember that people may forget your words. People may not forget how you make them feel. When you are talking, the emotions that you evoke in people won't forget that. That's why some people, they can talk of a pastor that, when I listen to this pastor, that, I just feel as if my spirit is lifted, as if that is what we are talking about. Because that pastor is not necessarily imitating somebody else, because you feel that pastor really connects to you. So clarity, authenticity, those are the pillars of communication. And also is know your purpose. What is the purpose of your message? Do you want to inspire? Do you want to teach? Do you want to educate? So when you do not know your purpose, it might not, you might communicate, you might talk. Of course, everybody is talking, but not everybody is connecting, not everybody is
mm,
communicating. So in order to do this, make sure you begin with an end in mind. In content creation, we call this CTA, call to action. Okay, at the end of my message, what do I want my audience to do? So it is when you have this call to action, you begin with the end in mind. It is that end that will form your message when you know the purpose of your message. So you are going to structure your message in accordance with your CTA. So when you structure it, definitely you are going to evoke that action from your audience, because you are not just now writing haphazardly. Now you are writing based on that action you want to evoke from them. And then another thing is emotions. Say fact, tell stories too. Yes, when people tell, and that's another thing, tell stories that connect to them. I tell my people that I train in public speaking that it does not even, the story does not have to happen to you. You don't have to say, oh, do I have any story? Do I have any event that has happened to me that is related to this? Not necessarily. Of course, it could be. It could even be a movie that you watched. It could be a book that you read. But you feel that that particular story is related to the point that you want to pass across. You know, tell stories that show vulnerability, triumph, transformation. Though if it's something that happens to you, is something that is a big plus. That is why you see that on social media these days, you see some people that they have probably gone through weight loss journey. They can say, oh, now I'm a weight loss coach. They are using their story now to inspire people. Not only that, to collect that money from people, because that's an action too. At the end of the day, they want to sell their products, they want to sell their service. That's it. Because they are now able to use their story. They tell their story, they share that their vulnerability. Oh, at that point it wasn't easy, I faced all this, I was dragged, I was all that. At the end of the day, somebody that is at that point, that is in that situation too, will be able to relate to it and will say that, oh, if you can overcome this, definitely you should be the one to train me, or I should buy your product. So I think it is lack of all these components that really make people not to communicate with impact. But when you have all these components, definitely you are going to communicate with impact. I hope I've been able to answer that.
Yes, yes, yes. You're doing
Thank
great. Hello, guys.
you.
Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Molani. Hello, guys. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Smita. Hello, Tanusere. How you doing, Sissy? Hello, Sabrato. Thank you so much, brother. I hope you guys are getting the impact we want you to, get through this live, guys. So we have a guest today. If you're just joining, hello, Asha Cookies. Thank you so much for joining. Hello, Sissy. Thank you. That's my sister from the YouTube community. She's doing really well. Thank you so much for joining. Now, one question.
Okay.
We all talk about storytelling, like when you're talking about content creation, the latest now, even when you're doing video content, everybody wants to use storytelling. I missed the fifth pillar.
Okay, I think I mentioned 4: clarity, authenticity, purpose, and emotions.
Okay. Thank you, Asha. Okay, clarity, authenticity, emotion. And what's the last
Purpose.
one? Purpose,
Emotions,
right?
purpose, yes.
Okay,
I
okay.
think I'm writing
Um,
it in the comments.
okay, she said she will be writing it in the comments too. So let's look out for the comments, But people always talk about storytelling, and people have these. You were talking about a very long write-up, and some people are not, communicating through it and all. At the end of the day, they are doing storytelling. So how can we use storytelling to communicate for impact? How can we use storytelling? I had, or rather, I watched something in regards to storytelling while you're doing video content. How can we use this? How can we use storytelling to actually communicate for impact?
Yes, you can use storytelling to communicate with impact, because people love story. Everybody loves story. That's why people watch movies, people read novels. So storytelling, you can use it to communicate. When you think of, okay, what is it that I want to talk about? Now, let me just make an example. I shared a video recently on my TikTok. I don't know whether, I think I've shared it on my Facebook too. I wanted to talk about how reading can help your English language proficiency. That was what I wanted to talk about. And I just thought of it that, oh, I can actually relate to this. And I made that video because I was currently reading a book. And I talk about, in that video, I said that reading can help your English language proficiency. Take it from someone that has been there. That there is this woman that I used to read her book when I was in secondary school. But later on, I didn't get to see her books again. I couldn't get where I would be able to get the book. But recently, I got a place and I bought the book. And there is a title that I bought, which I had read then. In fact, that was the first book of hers that I read. So I now started, since I wanted to read her books again, I added that title to the other ones that I bought. And as I was reading the book, I said all this in the video, I want to pass across a point. So as I was reading the book, I saw some phrases, some idiomatic expressions, some words that I knew then. I mean, I read that book as far back as when I was in GSS2, I think junior school. It wasn't senior school, I'm very sure of that. So I now said that I was able to know those English language words, those English language phrases, those English language idiomatic expressions just because I picked up that book. And it's not even because, and I said in that video also that because of where I grew up in a small town, and at home, English was not our language at home. I grew up speaking my native language, but when we are in school, we were speaking the English language. But because I was able to immerse myself in books, I read all those books. So it's really helped my English language proficiency, and it's really created that interest in me that, oh, I decided that I'm going to study that course. So I now link it to the real point that I want to make, that, okay, if you feel that okay, you are struggling with the English language, reading is something that can help you. You can see how I was able to use my story to link that point, that pick up a book and read. And don't just pick up, for someone that is a first-time reader, don't just pick up, because I read a post too I watched a video on TikTok in which someone wants to start reading for the first time and went to pick a non-fiction, a boring one at that. You might find it boring to you. So if you want to feel that you want to read because you want to improve your English language proficiency, start with books that can interest you. Non-fiction, Christian fiction, like the woman's book, the person's book that I'm reading, she writes Christian fiction. So it's clean and it's okay. So I was able to use that story to relate that point. So even if it's video, you can use story. Even if it's written content, you can use story. But make sure that one thing about story is that don't just tell the story and then you are not able to link it to the point. I attended an event last week Saturday. It's a LinkedIn event, but it's a physical event. And then there's a tech company that came that wanted to now give scholarship for 7 students. So they now said that because of that, they invited 14 people to come and pitch. So out of the 14, the judges will pick 7. Now, somebody's presentation struck me. She started well, but she started with a story that, oh, when I was growing up, I think she started with this line. I was 6 when I started baking. And at the end of the day, she was not even able to relate that story with anything. She has story, but no point to buttress that story. So we were not even able to bring out the relevance of that story with what she's saying. So it's not just about, oh, I can tell a story, oh, I can tell you about my life, oh, I can. No. When you want to use story to communicate, make sure that you are able to identify the points that you want to pass across using that story. So it is that call to action that we also, back to that call to action that I mentioned, that call to action is very, very important. So I hope I'm able to answer that. I've been able to answer that rather.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. You are really landing it because I can see a lot of things happening in the comment section. So Sumita Dasnak just joined you. She just followed you on Facebook.
Thank you.
Um, Thank you so much, guys. This is really, 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 really interesting. Thank you so much for sharing this. So, how can I identify? Hello, Mita Majumda. Thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate your time here. So, guys, if you're just joining, I have Elizabeth Abraham with us today talking about communicating for impact. Communicating for impact. How we can communicate using our content creation, using whatever we're doing, and actually get people to listen to us and act on what we are saying, and not so it doesn't look like we are just talking. And that brings me to the question I want to ask: how can we tell that people are actually getting impacted by what we are saying? I know you said something similar, but let's,
Okay.
if you can, in a way, break it down. So a lot of us here watching are content creators, and I know one of the things we want to do is actually to communicate so
Yes.
people understand us. So how do we know? Because I know, I see you guys, you guys do a lot of people here. There are some people who work for 16 hours on Facebook,
Hmm.
like the whole day they are here on Facebook, and then at the end of the day they are complaining that no
Mm.
one is listening, no one is commenting. What is happening? What exactly is happening? How can we know that we are not actually impacting people with what we are saying or doing
Mhm.
or filming or something? And how can we fix that as
Okay.
content creators
Okay.
or women in digital business?
Okay, thank you. I think the first thing you want should note is that a content creator is that make sure you are giving value. Make sure you
Mm,
are giving value. And they do say this, okay, know what you want to know, the niche that you have is very, very important. It just seems like a cliche. It's actually not a cliche. Know that, okay, I am this, I am that. So that's what will form the kind of content that you want to create. So I, for instance, like I said, that's what's in my bio, and that's what I identify with my introduction. I am an English language teacher. I'm a professional proofreader and editor. I'm a public speaking coach. I am an academic excellence coach. So my contents are in all these four areas, and I know how to merge them, and they're kind of related. Yes, so I know how to merge them. So, and I believe that, when you are giving value, and don't mind, it's not as if it's a this thing, the likes, the engagement is not going to come, at the same, I mean, it's not going to come shortly. It's not going to just come quickly, rather. So it's not going to come quickly, but that doesn't mean that you are not giving value. After
mm,
you've already identified that you are doing it right, you may not get that 1K likes or 1,000 shares or 1 million views, no, in a day. No, 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 no. You have to identify that, the so-called humble beginning. And somebody said something that, okay, you are complaining about 50 likes or you are complaining about 100 likes. Imagine you talking to 50 people, like you see them physically. I mean, that's huge number. So don't feel bad because, okay, you make a post, you get 20 likes, you get 30 likes. Even one like, it's something. That's why they said that when you make a post, give yourself that first like. At least, even if nobody else likes it, you have liked your post. So make sure you are giving value and trust the process.
mm,
Understand that there is that humble beginning. Everybody is not going to get there at the same time. No, everybody is not going to get there. So from that one like, it's going to change to 5 likes. It's going to change to, but even if it's that one person, like now when I post, there's this about 2 or 3 people that they do comment on my posts. They're always there. I'm okay with that. You don't have to be, that even with those 3 people, I'm always like, oh, I want to make posts. I want to make posts. Just 3 people, but that's because you feel that you are sharing value. So when you know that you are sharing value, even if you are not getting the likes, no, just continue. Because I make posts, I'm on TikTok too, though I don't have enough this thing. But when I go through TikTok, I see people complaining that there are sometimes that they will make a post and they will see that the views are low, and they will delete that post. I have never done that in my life, because I believe that I did not just make that post for views sake. I make that post because I want you to know these grammar rules, because I want you to know this public speaking tip, because I want you to know this proofreading tip. That's why I made the post. So whether 1 million people view it or not, the post is there and it's staying. Even if it's 5 people, and I've never had a post in which just 5 people view it. I mean, the worst is maybe 50 or 100. So don't feel bad because you feel it's actually not, most time it's not really the test of the fact that you do not have 1,000 views doesn't mean that your post is not valuable. So the likes, the engagement may not necessarily be, algorithm does its own thing too. So just give yourself time and be consistent with it. So even people that have those views now, they have stories to tell too. So they do not just get there at that time. So it's process. So don't feel bad about it. Make sure you are giving value and make sure you continue to give value. So you may be consistent and you may be consistently doing the wrong thing. So in your consistency, make sure you are consistently giving value. There's difference between being consistent. One may be consistent, but you are consistent in giving, something else that is not valuable. You understand? So, and you get to give value when you already know that first step. Why are you there? What is your purpose? So what is your niche? Why do you want to identify? Do you want to identify as a digital marketer? Do you want to identify as a women development coach? We already understand that. So that's why you form your posts and your content, and then you are good to go.
Wow. That's beautiful. And when you were
Thank you.
saying that, it reminded me of something. Guys, when you create your posts and you see certain people, same certain kind of people in your comment section actually interacting with you, they are your true fans.
Mm-hmm.
They are your true fans. I read an article, it's called The 1,000 True Fans. And in
Mm.
this poll, I remember there was another post I saw where someone said, what's the essence of having you all as my followers when you don't come and engage, you don't
Mm-hmm.
communicate, you don't comment, you just follow me and leave? I need you guys active. In these whole followers or following that we have, if it's in, I think I'm at 33K right now, but if at this amount of numbers, I'm not seeing them, like I'm not
Mm-hmm.
seeing a reflection in my comment section. Like I have 3,000 people, where are they? I've just got like 4 or 5 people watching this live right now. What exactly is happening? Where did they go? That's because not everybody is going to be in your corner.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes it's not just about the numbers, it's about your true fans, it's about your true following. So enjoy the moment with your true following, your true fans, and everything. Those are the people that you are impacting or you are communicating with whatever you are doing. So do not feel sad when people do not come into your comment section and really get to interact with you. They are probably with their true idol. Your own are found in your corner. They are
Mm-hmm.
in your corner. So
Mm-hmm.
don't feel bad
Mm-hmm.
at all, guys. So I know that we are almost rounding up, but let me quickly go there. So where can people thank you, first of all, guys, she's a proofreader, she's an English teacher, she's everything that has. So if in case you write a book and you want someone to proofread it, she will help you proofread it. Hello, essay.
Yes, yes.
Kudos 10. You are late, brother. We're almost done with the live. He wanted to watch live so much. Hello, brother. Thank you so much for joining. Because of that, okay, let me go back and say this. Where can people connect with you, to learn more from you, where can you please put your name, write your name in the comment section, just write your name, Elizabeth Abraham. I would pin it so people can follow you. So you guys, she's on Facebook. She's
Yes.
a businesswoman, also like the consult. We all here are content creators, whether we like it or not. As far
Yes.
as you're into digital business, you're doing content creation, please write your name.
Yeah.
I'll pin it here.
I've
Write
done that.
where people can, get to know you, see you more, get to learn from you. Yes, that's her.
Yeah.
That's her. Please, guys, Her name is Elizabeth Abraham, and I know that she's a mom and very busy right now. So I wouldn't want to hold her for so long because she has dished out a lot of value. If you have been listening, she's been talking about how we can communicate and actually impact people. She has been talking about how we can be talking to people and not just wasting our time, like giving them value. She gave us reasons, how we can position ourselves on the social media and actually get to impact people and get them to listen to what we're saying, how we can
Mm-hmm.
feel that we are really impacting people. She's been dishing it out here, guys,
Thank
and
you.
we really, 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 enjoyed the section with her. So I just pinned this her Facebook page. You guys,
Yeah,
please go
I
tap
just
tap, go
think.
follow her, learn more from her. She's an English teacher, guys. In case you want to learn English, do go on her comment section. She's good, or rather go on her page. She's good at it. You're going to learn so much from her. Yes. So before you go, for
Yeah.
instance, you are given an opportunity of 60 seconds. It's so awesome to have you here, Elizabeth. I have followed you. I had followed you earlier when I saw the flyer. Oh, wow. Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Vicky.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
60 seconds to speak to a group of women about using their voice. What would you say?
Okay. Your voice. I recently made a post on, like, before this live, when I was gathering my thoughts on this topic. I said, your words have power. Your words have purpose, and the world is ready to listen to you. So,
Mm.
women, your words, don't feel shy. Don't shrink yourself. You think, oh, I don't know what to say. I don't, that you are even a stay-at-home mom. Somebody wants to relate with that. There's someone
Oh, yeah.
somewhere that feels like because she is a stay-at-home mom, she feels she's not giving purpose. She feels she's not adding value. But you have already found your calling in that stay-at-home momhood. So speak up. Tell the world who you are. Tell the world the peace you're experiencing. So every one of us, we have that voice, we have that purpose. And if you are not using it, hey, you are hiding that gem. You are hiding that salvation that somebody may probably need. So as a woman rather, you have that voice, you have that message. And you may ask, if you are not using your voice to communicate the inside forever, because it's not just about having purpose, it's not just about having plan. If you do not speak that purpose, if you not use your word, whether spoken or written, people will not know and people will not take action. So we women, we have that purpose, we have that voice. So please make sure you use that voice and the world is ready to listen to you. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes, yes, yes. The world is itching to hear what you have to say. Itching. Like on Facebook, we have over 3 billion people approximately every month using it, guys. So don't feel sad that
Mm-hmm.
you've just gotten to a little bit of the percentage of the people here. There are a lot of people that want to hear you talk.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hide behind the camera. Don't hide behind the scene. You've got something to offer. Something to offer. Someone
Mm-hmm.
wants to learn from you. Someone loves the way you talk. Someone loves the way you give what you have. Like she made it right. She said, even when you are a stay-home mom, you have something to offer. You have something to offer. That brings me to digital business. You have
Yes.
something to offer. You can tweak that thing. You know the difference between you and another person? There is something that you know how to do so well that the other does not know how to do it. Your experience makes you go further than the other person. And because you are ahead of the person, you can hold the person's hand and walk through that pace with the person. So don't give up, guys. Don't give up. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
my sister, speak up, women. We need them
Yes.
speaking up.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much. So, hello, Sammy. Thank you so much. Sorry, sis. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much, guys. So,
In
does
case
anyone have
anybody
any
have question,
question in the
yes.
comment section? Just please throw your question. Please. Hey, motivated lady. I'm fine, Samia Islam. I'm good. Thank you so much. Alam is still watching. Oh my God, Shafiqul Islam. Thank you, Vicky. Thank you, Muskan Roy. Oh my. Thank you, Patricia. Thank you, MD Jotun. Thank you, Nibidita. Oh wow. Thank you, SA Kudos. Thank you,
Yes,
Mampi.
everyone should
Dia.
try
Thank
this.
you. Um, Fosio Gloria. Oh wow. Thank you so much, Asha Cookies. Thank you so much, guys. You all are super amazing for being here with me. I cannot do this without you, and I'll be rolling out so many more kind of interview sections like this with super ladies who are into digital business, who have something to offer, even while they are in their homes, guys. So, any question in the comment section? Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Let's bring it out so Elizabeth can answer. Please. Only women understand our pain. Always stand for women. Oh wow, Samia. Samia, do you have a question to ask? Do you have any question to ask, guys? I sincerely appreciate you all. It's been almost 1 hour.
Yes.
Yes. Big respect who always stands for women. Exactly. Thank you so much, Samia. Big respect. You all, so listen to me, ladies. You got your voice. Just stop. I have a friend who is into fashion designing, and I told her, do you know what? She said, okay, because she's making babies now. She needs to take, dedicate more time to taking care of her baby. And I'm like, do you know that while you're taking care of your baby, you can just find out, you can start a digital business? And she's like, how? You can teach people. I remember there was a certain time in my life when I was trying to learn how to sew. I went on social media just to learn. I actually learned the first step on how to thread the machine from YouTube. So there's something you have to offer. If you give value, you have people out there. Hello, Roy. You have people out there. Thank you so much. Okay, sorry guys. Really, I'm enjoying this live so much. Thank you so much, Asha. Thank you so much. We have people out there who wants to hear what you have to offer. People want to learn from you. People will pay you to learn from you. It's just the truth. And that's why I think digital business, digital. Yes. Really, Asha. Digital business is the in thing now. Is the in thing now. Let me take for instance, Elizabeth. She said she's a proofreader. Imagine I want to write a book. She already told me that she's a proofreader. All I need to do is to give that book to her for her to help me proofread it. She just found a client. Imagine that. So if you don't talk, if you don't come out to speak, if you don't come out for people to know exactly who you are,
Yes.
you will never be found. So
Exactly.
come on, guys, turn on that camera and do what you know how to do best. Come on, guys.
Even if you cannot
Thank you
start
so
with video
much.
content, written content is something everybody can write to. Just write that thing, post it.
That's true. Thank you, Uda, for watching. Uda Malik, thank you so much for watching. So, if you have any last words, because there are no comments, there are no questions in
Okay.
the comment section.
Okay. We just say that know that, like we've said, the reason why people you may be talking and you are not communicating is maybe you are not clear enough, you are not connecting to your audience emotionally, you do not have purpose in mind. So let me just end with the practical way that you can just start to communicate is that make sure you start, like you said. If you do not start, if you do not practice, you are not going to learn. So even if you are not you do not want to start with video content, written content is there. And even if you want to start with video, there's nothing wrong with that. Just stay in front of that camera, record the first thing, record the first video. If you do not like it, record another one. And this thing, you get better with time. You get better. When I started making video content, if I compare my video content then to now, there's a lot of difference. But if I didn't start then, there's no how I'm going to improve on it. So make sure you start, record it, and seek feedback from people. You can, oh, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And then when you want to create that content, don't forget your purpose. What do you want your audience to learn? What do you want your audience to learn? Because that's what we bring about, them acting on it, them getting value from it. So that's the best thing. So I believe that everybody will go after this live to go and speak, to start communicating with impact. Don't just talk, don't just write. Write with purpose, write with clarity, talk with purpose, talk with clarity, connect with your audience, then have purpose. why am I writing this piece? Why am I making this video? And everything is going to go well.
Oh, thank you so much. I can relate, Elizabeth. Thank you, Vicky. So, guys, I want to say thank you so much to all of you for watching. And first of all, I want to really appreciate Elizabeth Abraham for coming to share her knowledge
Thank
with
you.
us, her little side of experience with us to help us learn. Okay, she says, Samia says, I made so many content about social awareness and women empowerment. Wow, that's amazing. That's really amazing, sis. Um, yeah, so I want to appreciate Elizabeth for joining us today and for sharing this valuable information with us. I super, super, super appreciate her. I super appreciate
Thank
her.
you very
That's wow,
much.
that's so nice. Yes, yes, yes. That's super, super amazing. I'm really, 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 really grateful to you for joining. So, guys, we would like to say thank you to our guest today. Do follow her, do engage with her, go learn from her. And let's also not keep that thing that we have. Yes, good night, Uda. Thank you so much. Don't keep that thing that you've got inside of you. Don't keep that thing. Oh, sorry, I have a comment here. It says, thank you, women of substance, for this platform. We are grateful we can do all things through Christ. Next, sense personalities like you for building and assuring us that we ladies are unlimited. Beautiful. Yes, Patricia, thank you so much. We all are unlimited. We all are unlimited. Everyone, ladies, men, every single person, we are unlimited. Our only limit is here, our minds. It's just your mind that limits you. So do not allow your mind limit you in any way. So, guys, it's a wrap for today. Thank you so much. This section is called BrickBreakers. I bring ladies to come here and share with us what they want you to know about. Like they've got something they have stuck inside of them and they want everyone to know about it. I bring them here, they share with us. We both, we brainstorm together and help each and every one of us grow, learn, understand, and come out of those shells that we have kept ourselves in
Thank
understanding
you.
how life is and how we should present ourselves while we do whatever it is that we do on the digital space. So thank you everyone for joining. Thank you, Elizabeth. I really, really appreciate you.
Thank
And
you for
thank
having me.
you so much for your time. Do have an amazing day,
Thank
Elizabeth. Thank you
you.
for
And
joining.
you
So
too.
before I go, don't forget you got something inside of you that the world wants to hear. There's something you carry that you need to share. Don't box it in. Don't think that you are inferior. Don't. That thing that you carry is what so much value, guys. Come out here and share it with us. We want to hear you speak. So if you want to come and join me some of this day, I don't mind. I'll invite you to come share that one thing you want to make an awareness of. So enjoy your evening, guys. Thank you again. Shafiqul Islam, thank you so much, brother, for being here. Thank you, Nella. Thank you, Vicky. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, Muskan. Thank you, Patricia. I so appreciate you. Thank you, MD Jofun. Thank you, Subal. Thank you, Mala. Thank you, Essays. Kudos. Thank you, Rutwa Samosia. Thank you, everyone. So good night, everyone. Enjoy your day, enjoy your evening, and happy celebration to the Christian families. Happy Easter, guys. Good night.